This is my Savage Sporter in 3220 caliber. Savage made these in the 1930s, late 30s, and into the 40s, and discontinued them. But these are pre-war guns. Uh, they were relatively inexpensive bolt-action rifles that you could buy. The average guy could, spend a few bucks and get a decent bolt-action rifle. They came with open sights. Uh, this one has been drilled and tapped for a scope. Immediately, taking any collector's value completely off the table for this rifle. Um, they were magazine. They're just kind of a steel magazine type deal. It had some knurling on the bottom of it. I think it held maybe 5, 6 rounds of 3220. Bolt action rifle, you'll see that the barrel isn't screwed into the receiver. It's all one piece. I imagine that was to cut back or cut down on the cost of manufacturing. So it's just one, it's just this big cutout here, and then the barrel and everything, receiver's all one thing. So, I mean, they cut a lot of corners from a traditional rifle to make this rifle. Not the most accurate rifle I have, obviously, but for the kind of shooting you would do with this rifle, plenty accurate. Plenty accurate. So I've shot it a lot. I've enjoyed it. I have taken this. I've taken it squirrel hunting, but I never shot any squirrels with it. I've taken it out shooting, so I've shot a lot more targets with it than I ever did game. Really, just wasn't anything I was interested in hunting that you needed a caliber this light for. So maybe back in those days, it would have been more traditional for varmints and things of that nature, which for me, I never, that was not my thing. I didn't go around killing, raccoons and possums and skunks and things of that nature. So the only use I had for the rifle was I saw it at a gun show. It was fascinating. It was cheap. And so therefore, those three, cheap, fascinating, and I liked it, were just that was enough for me to say, hey, I'll give you $125 for the thing. And I think at the time that's what it cost. And I don't know what they go for today, but I would imagine twice or three times that much. So it's not if you look at guns as an investment, which I never do, because for me, when I got something and I traded it in, I always lost or broke even on it. I never made no money. Later in years, there was rifles I've traded that I made money on, but at the time I was doing the trading, it got to the point where in like the 1990s and 2000s, I just told myself no more trading, because I was trading away some really nice stuff, and what happened was that stuff was going crazy in prices in 2010 and up. So I kind of kicked myself in the butt for. I traded off Colt Python pistols, Diamondbacks, just crazy stuff like that. And look at them today. It's just crazy prices for that stuff. So anyway, that was just a rant about it. But I had a really nice action. I had a nice safety switch here. Everything works fine on it. Trigger pull is kind of a two-stage trigger. I don't really like to snap them, but you can see it's not a bad trigger for the old rifle. The stock is in really nice shape. It wasn't beat up too bad. It could have been somebody refinished it, but it doesn't look like it to me. It looks like this is just what it was at the time. But I don't know. I really don't know that much about the Savage, other than this is one I have. Nice rifle. Even the 110s they have today, great rifles. So that's where I'm at with that. It has a unique sight on it, this Lyman sight right here. And I'll give you a close-up picture of it so you can see what it was. And it just kind of works like, you lift this thing up and it just comes up and down to, I don't know if you have to work on it a little bit harder than that, but yeah, it just comes up and down and you can just lock it into place. So Um, really not a whole lot to say about the rifle. There's really not any old story to go with it because I really never hunted with it. It's a nice light rifle for just taking out and shooting and plinking with. I got another one of my videos. I have a 3220 in an 1873 Winchester. That's really interesting to me because that rifle I can take out and shoot lever action silhouette with, and that would be kind of cool to me. This rifle, it's just more or less just for plinking, and if you're going to do that kind of plinking, might as well do it with a 22 because the 3220 ammunition can get quite expensive, getting the brass and everything for it. But I reload my own, I cast my own bullets for it, and it's not that bad. And this is what the ammunition looks like. And so that's kind of what I had going on with when I got the 3220 lever. I already had all the reloading stuff to reload for 3220, and it's just an odd hyphenated caliber that people used back in the day. That's all really the only thing I can say about it. Just another gun for the collection. I keep hanging on the wall. I shot it last year. I try to shoot the rifles as often as I can. And I've retired now, and for years the rifle just never got shot. And last year I just made a commitment to start shooting the rifles that I had, because if you're into collecting rifles or whatever, it's easy to get them and hang them on the shelf, and you have that great joy for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or maybe even a year, and then 10 years go by and you never even take it out of cover again. This is one of those rifles that I just kind of let sit on the wall in my gun room and just really never did a whole lot with it. But this like I said, last year I did decide to take it out. Had a lot of fun with it. So this is my 3220, a 3220 Savage Sporter, probably made in the 1930s. It's in beautiful conditions. If you're interested in videos like these, talking about some old rifles and some unique stuff, leave a comment for me, or a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, and I'd really appreciate that. Thanks for watching my video.